Good afternoon from my heaven to yours. How are you today? Hope you are doing well. And of course, you know where I am, at my heaven. But what do we do first to make sure that we start our day right? We take care of our health. For me, I believe in the God of Zion, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and I hope you do too. So I connect with my Father in heaven first thing when I wake up for about half an hour. I meditate, I thank Him, I praise Him, I pray for my neighbors, I pray for peace in the world, and I forgive my enemies as the Lord Jesus Christ, Yeshua al-Mashiach, Emmanuel, had commanded us to do. Then I start with my green tea, matcha green tea. I drink my special fresh juice blend with pineapples and a few other things and some turmeric. And then I snack. I don't eat till about at least 3 p.m. So I do a little bit of intermittent dieting. And once a week, I don't eat for 24 hours. I just drink liquid water and just cleanse my body on a weekly basis. So we start with, after the meditation and my liquid fresh fruits that I make in the morning, smoothies, fresh pineapple. This contains something called bromelain, amazing enzyme for your gut health. When you cleanse your gut, when you help your gut, when you feed your body with the right fuel, with the right nutrition, the gut is essential part for your health. Socrates says it more than 3,000 years ago. All diseases starts at the gut. And now here I have some cherries. Mom pitted them for me. Fresh cherries. These are Japanese cherries. Here in Southeast Asia, they're not easy to get. Cherries is good actually to be eaten at night. Contains a lot of melatonin. If you're trying to sleep, cherries are amazing for that. All right. And of course, I have my liposomal vitamin C with me right here. I take 5,000 milligram of vitamin C, liposomal a day, raw vitamin C. Yes, it says on the back ascorbic acid, but this ascorbic acid is extracted from natural fruits and vegetables. We supply our clients with these amazing raw materials and start at $91 per kilo. We have to get minimum 1,000 kilos to get this high quality raw materials to supply our clients. One of our clients sells online called lookandvibrant.com. Tesla Nutrition sells online. And also we have many holistic and homeopathic doctors. This is also turned into liposomal technology, which is actually absorbed into the bloodstream within 15 minutes and comes with a clinical trial from University of Miami. Go read the amazing research that took to get this product developed for lookandvibrant.com. And you would see on the back here also we have added citrus bioflavonoid, because natural vitamin C with bioflavonoid and liposomal technology works in perfect synergy together. So every 1 hour I take one of these 500 milligram liposomal vitamin C for 10 hours throughout the day, because vitamin C is water soluble, so you take it throughout the day. And if I feel any sickness or infection or flu coming on me, because I'm in Southeast Asia, I fly around the world. People here from China, from India, from all over the world comes in, and you get in these taxis, you get in these trucks, you get into the mud in the fields and the valleys, and people are coughing sometimes all around you. Sometimes you get something, and I bump my vitamin C immediately to 10,000 milligram a day, and within 2 days, 3 days max, I am good to go. And by the way, this video for informational purpose only, and it's my personal opinion based on the work I do with raw materials and supplying many holistic doctors and many research firms around the world, from Los Alamos Lab as a subcontractor to John Hopkins, etc., etc. We have learned a lot about nutrition. We sat on presentations when these amazing nutritional researchers had done their research before it was even available to the public, a year or 2 years before that. So you can go to lookandvibrant.com, where we have supplied them with many content and short videos we edit for them to use for their blog post. And you can learn in approximately 20 minutes, a coffee break, what researchers had done for 5 and 6 and 7 years, that it took us 1 week or 2 weeks to edit all this information, send to our clients as a bonus or a gift, or thanking them for supporting us and buying our expensive product, because our raw material is expensive because it comes from the US, Western Europe, and Amazon rainforest. We don't get anything from China and any synthetic raw materials as they do and sell on Amazon. All this cheap stuff, we don't use any of it. And you can tell the price, because the raw materials we get is very expensive. Vitamin D3 from Australia, it costs up to $3,000 per kilo. We use it in this raw vitamin D here for lookandvibrant.com. With vitamin K2 we get from Japan, it's even more expensive than vitamin K2 from Australia, from vitamin D3 from Australia. And we add extra virgin organic olive oil and unrefined MCT oil from Mexico, and our extra virgin organic oil comes from Greece. These ingredients, when you buy them, each company requires a different MOQ, and you're stuck with some extra ingredients that you don't need. And when you have 1,000 kilos of natural vitamin C that extracted from fruits and vegetables at $91 per kilo, before you even send it to liposomal experts in Irvine, California, to turn it into liposome, that's added another $30, $40 on the price of the vitamin C itself. Plus you have to cover all these raw materials when you ship with nitrogen blanket to help protect it from any contaminations. This is what we do. We supply the world's highest quality supplements to those who really cares about their nutritional daily diet. So we also make sure that we have CoQ10 for your heart health. Today, in the last 24 hours, more than 2,500 Americans have died from heart incidents. Every 34 seconds, someone dies in the United States from a heart incident. 40% of those who died on the spot never had prior symptoms. You can find all this information on NIH and also on the CDC website. So, CoQ10 generate ATP. We get our CoQ10 raw material from Konica, as you can see here, but we go further. When we check the ubiquinol and ubiquinone from CoQ10, which is the two forms that they provide, we found out that they crystallize about 37, 38 Celsius, which is a human body temperature. So it is useless even when you buy the highest quality CoQ10 from Konica. So what is the solution? We send it to a lab where we were able to patent this product and decrystallize CoQ10 without using heat, without using pressure, solvents, or chemicals. So Dr. Stephen Sinatra, integrated cardiologist who used nutrition and medicine in the same time, showed that all his patients who are using statin drugs, they must take minimum 200 milligrams of CoQ10 a day, because statin drugs, including off-counter medications, lowers CoQ10 in the body within 30 days by 50%, according to the book called Over-the-Counter Natural Cures, written by an ex-biochemist for Eli Lilly and Company. So, if every cell in your body contains CoQ10 and your CoQ10 drops 50% in 30 days, what would happen? According to over the book over-the-counter natural cures written by ex-biochemist for Eli and Lilly and Company, which is you can buy today on Amazon. It says the outcome could be a heart failure. That's why in integrated medicine, that's why we always say go to integrated medicine, who knows both sides, both knowledge, medicine and nutrition. And so Dr. Sinatra, when he gives statin drugs, he makes sure that they are taking CoQ10 because statin drugs lowers CoQ10 and jeopardize the heart and can cause a heart failure if you lower CoQ10 too much. A CoQ10, what it does, it generates ATP in the body. It generates ATP in the cell. It's an intercellular. It actually recharges the batteries that runs the cell. An average cell contains between 100 and 200 mitochondria, an engine, or they call them an organelle in the cell. A heart cell contains between 5,000 and 15,000 organelles or engine per cell. A brain cell contains between 1 million and 2 million organelles per cell. Most of this information you can find online, lookenvibrant.com. They have a blogs, references, research. You can see them all right there. And also you can find some of this information on iEdge. So this CoQ10 is amazing because your heart health is the number one health. Should be nourished, supported, fueled every day because your body runs 100% on nutrition. Cardio Supreme X100. We sell all these raw materials to our clients, and each one name their product differently. Holistic Doctors, Look and Vibrant, they call it differently. Look at these ingredients. Google each ingredient and learn what each ingredient can do for your heart. And you add the CoQ10 and you add vitamin C on a daily basis of 5,000 like I do. Some people like to take 3,000, still good. And you add the vitamin D3 and you make sure your level of vitamin D3 above 50, not 30, above 50 and 60 and 70. Some holistic doctors, they want to see it at 80 and 90 and 100, like Dr. Russell Jeffrey. So, and then you will have an unbelievable fuel that can help your body balance and be alkaline and run the whole shebang through your heart, the engine, the only engine that runs your whole body. If you Google in 2021, 19, 2019, 21, 20 and 21 and 22, see how many bodybuilders had died from heart attacks because the goal was muscles, not health. I used to work out and lift weight and I was not healthy and I had surgeries and I have been into the emergency room, and you don't want to know when you get to the emergency room what happened if you don't know if you're going to come out or not. This is what changed my life. This is what made me get involved in these raw material nutritional business because I wanted to know more. I used to buy all these supplements from GNC and Amazon, and nothing ever made a difference in my life because it's all synthetic, cheap. And if it's not synthetic, mostly the raw materials come from China, which contains 10,000 times higher heavy metals than Prop California 65 allows, according to testing was done by biochemist Mike Adams, the CEO of naturalnews.com. So know this: good health does not fall from the sky, my friend. You have to be intentional, okay? So let me get my baby bananas, my potassium. Hi, isn't this amazing? I'm in Southeast Asia. I'm so lucky to be here with abundance of fruit and vegetables, especially fruit. Sweet like honey. Still eating my pineapple. My cherries. All right, my cherries. prostate health for men. I have had prostate cancer. If I knew then what I know today, I could have avoided. If I knew what it means for prevention, instead wait for treatments, which will cost a lot more than prevention, and usually the solutions are not good, I would have paid anything for a product like this. Read the ingredients on the back of this and research. Go Google each ingredient. Every formula we make, from heart formula to prostate formula to eye health, all this on lookandvibrant.com. You'll find all these products on lookandvibrant.com. To liposomal vitamin C, to vitamin D3 raw and how it works, okay? Everything. To the CoQ10 was done based on research. We look at the research was done by Johns Hopkins, by Harvard, by Los Alamos Lab, and we see what ingredients they use, what was the time they used of that ingredient, where did they get their ingredients from, which is, I am one of the suppliers for many of their ingredients, and how it works, and how they end up so many times switching ingredient from Chinese cheap raw materials to a product like this that comes from the United States. And the research they were working on, it worked after they used the right raw materials. When they used cheap supplements from China, it didn't work. Actually, my professor, Dr. Bruce Ames, had done research one time on men's sperms. Did you know this? Actually, he passed away in 2024. He was a great professor, passionate about nutrition. He had discovered what you call the Ames test in 1988. And he said one time, I thought I've changed the world, but my research is sitting on a shelf and collecting dusts. People don't read. People want to learn PhD these days in 2 seconds. Most of these nutritional experts, they never visited single nutritional supplement manufacturers. Don't know where these ingredients come from, how it is made, how it is turned from raw materials into nutrition, and what is the method used for that. Did they use chemicals? Did they use heat? Did they use pressure? Did they use solvents? For example, minerals. How is minerals extracted? Who's the best company makes the best minerals in the world? Is it patent? And what does the patent means? What is the patent process? What is the difference between a company like Beckham today? It was called Albion a few years back, that produced one of the highest quality minerals in the world, or a company like, it's called Aquaman. They extract their minerals from the Irish coast, one of the cleanest coasts in the world. They have an FTIR fingerprinted chemical identification for each mineral. And you know what does that mean? It's elemental minerals. You know what does that mean? It's a clockwise minerals, yet it spins. And they can identify each one from millions and millions, each one that's spinning correctly. Not spinning to the left side counterclockwise, because your body uses only 5% of counterclockwise minerals. And that means, is it connected to your internal aging clock? Now you know. So that's why you don't need lots of minerals, but without minerals, vitamins don't work. Minerals are the spark plugs that turns the engines on. Even if your engine is 1,000 horsepower, it is meaningless. That cannot turn on without spark plugs. That's how vitamins work. They need minerals, and they need the right minerals, and they need an elemental minerals with an FTIR fingerprinted chemical that we know where to get these stuff and how we check these claims with our nutritional team that we work with. Okay, what about glutathione? Again, my professor, Dr. Bruce Ames, talks about glutathione a lot, and he had done extensive research on glutathione and showed that glutathione is the most abundant nutrient in the cell. An average cell contains about 10 million mole per cell. Did you hear it? 10 million mole per cell. It is actually the main sulfohydro antioxidant group. And without it, the sulfohydro glutathione group oxidizes very quickly. The pharmacognosy research had done and it discovered the circuits or the system how glutathione can work and turns on 50 enzyme off, 200 enzymes on, etc., etc. It basically turns on and off your defense system at the right time if you have enough glutathione. By the time you're age 50, you have less than 50% left in the body. By the time you're age 65, you have about 15% left in the body. Dr. Mark Hyman had done also extensive research and showed in his research that every single disease known to man is connected to glutathione deficiency. But where do you get the best glutathione? Who's the best company can produce glutathione that is sulfur, is so stinky you can't even smell it? And we were able to develop this with a PhD expert to make this in a drop form that tastes decent. It's amazing. Vitamin C works with the glutathione in harmony. They call this positive synergetic effect. And this is a nanotechnology glutathione. So, in Hosea 4:6, the Lord says, "My people perish for lack of knowledge." And today we're hearing about the Nipah virus. Nipah? Don't you remember what happened in coronavirus when they start talking about it for the first year and a half? This is a lot more deadly than you think. And what did we learn from the coronavirus? Well, Nipah virus is way more deadly. We learned that immunity is essential to help your body fight these viruses. And how do you build immunity? If you don't have your vitamin D above 60 and you're not filling up your body with vitamin C and these antioxidants and minerals and heart health nutrients on a daily basis, how is your body going to be able to fight all these viruses? Go see Dr. John Campbell talking about vitamin D3 and how people who had higher amount of vitamin D3, along with Dr. Rhonda Patrick, were able to survive the corona or the COVID-19 in Indonesia. Almost 100% survived coronavirus, 98%, 99%, because they had high vitamin D3. And here's the problem. When that virus is struck, which I hope it doesn't spread, but we know the story. We know the whole story. We know what's going to happen a year from now. If your vitamin D3 already not in the body, if you're not taking your nutrition daily, if your body is not topped up with your antioxidant on a daily basis, because vitamin C flies out of the body, and if you don't have your heart nourished every day, and if you don't have the CoQ10, and if you don't have your glutathione, okay, and you don't have also fish oil is essential. Fish oil, omega-3, 30% of your frontal cortex is DHA. If you don't have this, all this already in the body, once that virus hits, it is too late to start taking these things, because that virus, it's deadly. Within 10 days, most people will be dead. The one who will survive it is the one who will start taking nutrition like it is their life depends on it, which is actually your life depends on it. Your body runs 100% on nutrition. But hey, we want to ignore it. We want to spend money on gadgets and Starbucks and the next car and the next yacht and God knows what, right? So, good health doesn't fall from the sky, my friend. So I'm here right now. And isn't that gorgeous? So, I've showed you my place before. This is where I live. This is a condo. This is not This is not a hotel. I live in Tower A, right there. That's Tower A. I have a pool on the 23rd floor. And this is Tower B. We can use both towers. And Tower B, we have a pool on the 24th floor. You can suntan. And that's the ocean right there. Right there. Isn't this gorgeous? This is the jacuzzi, and actually that's the gym right there. That's the door of the gym right there. The restrooms are right here. And of course this building goes a lot higher than 24th floor, right? Tell me, can you enjoy life without being healthy? I've been in the hospital, my friend. I've had surgeries. I've been in an emergency room. And last time I got there, I said, why God, why are you allowing me to live alive again? The God of Zion, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob took me from my one dimension thinking, the struggle, the health problems, the blaming the world, blaming big pharma, blaming junk food, blaming my government, blaming my skin color, blaming my family, and said, as a man thinks, he becomes. In Genesis, it says, let us make man on our image. Man, who's the man? And it says, let them be fruitful. What? You see, I'm hearing right now. I'm hearing what God says. And multiply. What? And have a dominion. Dominion. I have no control of my life. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I've been living like this with miserable health and eating the junk food and blaming the world and have dominion. You have to be conscious of what you think. God says to Jeremiah in 29:11, Jeremiah declares the Lord of heaven, the maker of heaven and earth. Shalom, 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 the God of Zion, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That he wants good things for you, not to harm you. He wants to prosper you. He wants you to have good future. Was that for Jeremiah only? Or was that for you and me to hear 3,000 years later? And instead reading it as an information, start to receive it as a revelation. I start praying, meditating, exercising, eating a little bit right, loving my neighbors, forgiving my enemies. Start to take the risk, learn about nutrition, fly all over the world. 15 years later, I'm not a billionaire and I'm not a multimillionaire, but I live this lifestyle of the 0.5001% of the billionaires that live in the United States, in Manhattan or Laguna Beach or Miami Beach. I live this life here because the Lord will bless your work. The Lord will make you fruitful. The Lord will show you that the little bit of money you have, He will make you live like a king because you are His child. He paid His holy blood for your ransom. As long as I judge no one, love my neighbors, whoever they are, what skin color they are, I don't care. Judge no one. Forgive my enemies, and then focus on what I want to do. And 15 years later, we develop all these amazing products for holistic doctors. Some of these products, like this here, took 9 months to develop. Getting all these raw materials from around the world, flying to the United States to an NSF supplement factory to make them for us, covered with nitrogen blanket, doing the brainstorming, looking at all the research before we decide which ingredient can go into the bottle, and then consulting with pharmacognosy specialists to make sure there's no negative synergetic effects with each ingredient that we add, etc., etc. 9 months later, the product was made. This bottle cost over $30 to make today. There's no nutritional company on Amazon, their product costs $30. Everything comes from China, cheap, doesn't need stabilization. The most expensive raw materials from China cost $20. Some of these raw materials like B vegetarian vitamin cost over $200 from Austria. Austria. Yeah, they extract it from quinoa seeds, right? It is one of the most hottest natural vitamins to get is B vitamins. Vitamin C natural, extracted from fruits and vegetables, ascorbic acid concentrated. It is less than 2% of what's sold on the market comes from natural fruits and vegetables. So, applied knowledge is power, right? This could be your life today. My family are stuck in the Midwest in the blizzard, and I am here today, and I have this lifestyle of the dreams. I pinch myself every day, and I thank the Lord above. I pinch myself and I give him the glory. And I'm just trying to inspire you. This is beautiful life. But my friend, when you call 911, all your dreams, all this beauty around you disappear. You'll be busy with the only thing and the most important thing, your health. Ask those who've been in the hospital, emergency room, don't know if they were gonna get out or not. In the last 24 hours, over 2,500 Americans died from heart incidents. Dr. Joe Wallach, in his book called Dead Doctors Don't Lie, you can buy that book on Amazon, showed in his research that he had done on sudden death syndrome. People who are short, tall, black, white, all types, all ages, in the United States. He had done autopsies on 3,500 people. And guess what was the result? The reason that they died. He said some had blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, even some had cancer. He said none of them died from diseases they had. They all died from nutritional deficiency. The heart ran out of fuel, so it could not keep on pumping 100,000 times a day. And here's what's worse, 100% of those died for that reason. He said some had single nutrient deficiency, like selenium, and some had more than one. So you don't need to have 10 and 15 and 20 nutrient deficiency to die. We know that scurvy killed more than 2 million British navies in the 1800s when they were eating lots of fish and lots of meats. What did they die from? Horrific death from vitamin C deficiency called scurvy. So we never learned from our mistakes or other people's mistakes. And he had done autopsies on 17,500 animals who died also from sudden death syndrome and found out the same thing. My God, how much more you need a proof to know how important good quality nutrition with good diet, intermittent dieting, a little bit of fasting, let go, loving people, forgive, a little bit of walking, a little bit of hydration, stay hydrated, and you see how your life changes. When you focus on the God of Zion, who said about you, he loves you to death, who said to Jeremiah, I have good plans for you, I have plans to prosper you and not to harm you, Jeremiah 29:11. He wants you to hear the same words 3,000 years later. When you listen to what God says about you, not what the world says about you, not the self-sabotage you say about yourself, the failures you had done in your life and all the mistakes you have done. The Lord says, today is a new day. As a man thinks, he becomes. You are not tied to what happened yesterday. You are not what people say about you. You are what your Father in heaven says about you. Pray for peace in the world. In America, we need love. Pray for peace in Israel and Palestine and Russia and Ukraine and Sudan. Don't take sides on this stuff. Love everyone. I didn't say you trust everyone. I said you love and respect everyone. God will bless you. Will make you the head and not the tail, and will make you lend and not borrow. That was his promise. If you meditate on it, you pray, you follow his conditions to love your neighbors and forgive your enemies and judge no one, and you keep reminding the Lord, ask him to give you wisdom, you'll be living this lifestyle. This is not the destiny. Our home is in heaven. This is on the way going home. He promised to what? I came, the Lord Yeshua al-Mashiach, blessed be his holy name, Emmanuel, to give you life and life abundance. And if this is not a life abundance, he promised with, I don't know what then. I don't know why would the evil ones and the Bill Gates and the Zuckerberg will live this life, but not you and me. I live this life without having their money, without being miserable like them. But I don't hate them. I pray for them. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Isn't this gorgeous? Isn't this gorgeous day? God bless you.